Hello everyone, welcome back to Glitz and Glitter. I've got another order to fulfill and I thought you might want to see how I do. This one is from Coral, and Coral is making a memorial to a cat that she had lost, and I will put the picture here on the screen for you. So this is her cat Gracie, and she lost Gracie back in September of 2020, and she wanted something in memorial of her. So I'm going to do a bloom tray. We went back and forth a few times. She changed her mind a few things, and then we decided, well, she decided on a bloom, and I'm like, okay, I could do that. So she wants an orange, a gray, and a white, of course, for the cat. I didn't even know I had a gray until I was like, oh my gosh, I don't think I have a gray. And then I looked in my new set that I got in Happy Mail, and it had gray. And now I'm using apricot for the orange because I think the orange was a little too orangey. And then ocean white for the white. And I think I'm just going to leave this one clear in the back. I don't want to adhere or change any of those colors when it's finished. You know what I mean? Prior to that, I got some mail in the mail today, and it is from Shelly Robertson. Shelly, thank you very much. She has sent me a huge jar of turquoise mica powder. Thank you so much. She says she did not want me to run out of turquoise, and she knows I love the blues. So Shelly, thank you so much. And she did not leave Don out. She sent him his absolute favorite vanilla flavored Tootsie Rolls. And as you can see, he has opened them already. He would say thank you himself, but he is not here. He opened them and ran. So thank you so much, Shelly. Always, guys, thinking of my dogs or my husband or even me. Thank you so much. All right, so let's mix up. I'm going to mix up 8 ounces. This is my tray. It's linked in the description if you want it. It is, I think, 9 inches around, and it holds 8 ounces of resin. So I'm going to mix up the fast cure that I always do and hold back like an ounce of that for the white. And let's just see what we come up with. I'm not sure if I'm going to put sparkle on the front or not. We'll see what it looks like in the end. I mixed up the 8 ounces, split it in half so it didn't bubble over, and then I poured it back in 1 cup so it can get hot faster. If it's deeper, it's going to get hot faster. So I'm waiting for 33 to 34 degrees Celsius. While I'm waiting, I did split out about 1 ounce in here, and I'm going to just drop in my ocean white pigment. And generally it takes me 2 drops, so we'll start with 1. I don't want to overdo it being in order. And with the 4-hour fast cure, you can go a little deeper white than you can with the epoxy resin. If you're using the regular epoxy, make sure you wait until your temperature comes up to, I think, 38 to 42 degrees, somewhere in there, before you pour it into your whatever you're making. Pour it out at that temperature and not the 33. I'm going to do another drop. And you would want your white a little less opaque if you're using regular epoxy. I go a little darker because this is pretty thick resin. Now, she liked the last one I did, which was heart shapes, so I'm going to try something a little different, and if she doesn't like it, I'll do it over again. It's no big deal. That looks almost perfect. I'm going to do about a half a drop, if there is such a thing. So we're going to try a different petal. I mean, I did triangles, I did heart shapes, and they all came out really cool. So we're going to try a different shape today and see how it looks. All right, that's good. Let me check the temperature here. It's at 32, so we got a couple more minutes. It's about 33.5 degrees, so I'm going to go ahead and pour it pretty slowly Now you don't want to fill it completely up because you have to keep room in there for your alcohol inks, which isn't a lot, and your white. So I got some white to go in there, so I don't want to dome it at this point. But I do want to try to keep the bubbles out. And I'm pretty sure 7 ounces is fine in here because I'm pretty sure it holds 8. Now I'm going to create bubbles by doing them, by scraping my cup, so we will concentrate on getting them back out. And we'll have to go around the edge with our little tool of some sort. I have a silicone tool out. You can use a dotting tool or whatever you feel most comfortable with, just to go around your edges. And to loosen any bubbles that have adhered over there. Get anything out that doesn't belong. I don't know what that is, but it's coming out. Sometimes you have to go back and fight with the little boogers. I don't see any more. So let's hope there's not any. I'm gonna go ahead and drop, so since my white petals is going to be the white part of the cat, I'm going to randomly drop the apricot and the gray around, and that should be the 3 colors we're looking for, and then we'll see how they spread. Hopefully good. I'll probably swirl them together. I'm not sure. We'll see what it does. So they're spreading really nicely. They could possibly go in, but like I said, we'll play it by ear. I'm just gonna let it do its thing for a minute here. Oops, that was 2 drops. So the colors are gonna come in from the sides, so I know I put it towards the edge, which is fine. I really want color everywhere, but most of that color from the edge is gonna be moved towards the center. I'm gonna swirl them together and see how they stay. Just a random swirl. And then maybe put some more orange in a few spots. Right there. And then re-swirl it once it does its thing. What do you think? Am I missing anything? I don't think so. I am going to take a long neck lighter, pop some bubbles. Be careful, because that is alcohol ink, and if you don't let it dissipate, you will catch it on fire. If you leave bubbles in your resin when you're doing a bloom, it's going to create like a lacing effect. And your petals will get all like chopped up. And that was happening to me for the longest time when I did my first ones, and I couldn't figure it out. Then when I got the vacuum chamber, I realized it never happened again. All right, I think I got most of those bubbles out. I am going to do like the @ sign. Like you're drawing the @ sign on an email or something. Let me just close these up so I don't spill them. I think that's what I'm going to do on this one. And then we'll swirl the center. Just test your, yeah, that should be good. Yeah, I'm going to start from, I think I'm going to do a little swirl in the center. Hopefully this is the center. And then I'm going to draw these little @ signs. Well, I guess it's like a little swirl, yeah. And we're going to see what this looks like. If it's not good, don't worry, I'll redo it. But this is my opportunity to try. So that's funny that the center ended up being the same thing I wanted, even though I didn't plan that. I'll go ahead and speed this up just because this is going to take me a little while. I am going to get bigger as I go though. Okay, so it's starting to bloom and I'm just now realizing that the gray is metallic. I don't know if that's going to have an effect or not. I am going to swirl the center because I always do. And then if I have to cover it later, then I will. I still have some white left. I usually marble that with some color and then make something out of it. So I will marble that with something. Pop your bubbles after you've done that. And I'll stick in a little time lapse. How's that? That was a pretty cool time lapse, wasn't it? Look at this back, you guys. Oh, the back is amazing, and this looks like a flower in itself. Like the back could be the front on this one. Let's hope the front is good. Now I mixed some alcohol drops the same color as these and put it in my little flower mold for her. So if it came out cute, I'll make her something out of it. It's okay. I mean, I guess it's like the cat, mostly white with a hint of orange and a tiny hint of brown. Not too bad. It's not bad at all, I guess. All right. So, are you ready? I'm ready. This looks like it's going to be good. Move that. Actually, we'll probably want to. Maybe we don't need that. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's so pretty. That is really pretty. Wow. It's got the hint of gray, but it's in there. Not too bad. I wonder if we should back it. Maybe not. Maybe it should be clear. Not as much gray. There's gray on like all the tips and some here, but like all the tips got the gray. The swirl in the center came out good. I like that. This one needs a top coat and a back coat, unfortunately, because there's a sharp edge around here that I don't want. It's thinner than I would want for her because I didn't pour it all the way up. But let's get the top coat on first and make sure I don't mess that one up. I don't need the mold anymore. Before that, I'm gonna wipe it down with alcohol because I did print out Gracie's name and birth date and death date for her. But I want this completely clean before we top coat it. That is really nice. It almost doesn't matter what design you use on a bloom, it comes out good. Okay, so here is her name. I've got to peel it off. So what I did on my Cricut was I just drew a 9-inch circle and then wrote the letters, used the curve feature on there and curved it accordingly, and that should be perfect for that. Let's hope I can get it on here properly. Let me get it off of the backing first, which is never fun either. Make sure you don't lose any dots or dashes or things like that. This is going to be challenging on a curve. I don't really usually do curves now that I think about it. So let's hope this is a one-time and done. Come on, get off there. All right. Let's see. I don't think it matters what the top is, what the bottom is. And maybe I will start at the bottom. It's so hard to tell where I'm at. I don't want it like right on the edge, but I do want it to go along with the edge, so I do need to start in the center. Please be okay. It's on now. It's hard to see because I have the black underneath it and the letters are black, but so that means I do not want to back this in black. I think I will just leave it clear for her. That looks good. Okay, I'm gonna put this up on some jars so it doesn't, and I just touched it again, so I do need to clean it with alcohol, get some gloves on. I'm going to mix up some tabletop resin. I haven't decided on the crushed crystal. Make sure all your letters are down. Oh, that looked like it was up, but it's not. Let me get everything ready and I'll tell you what I decided in a second. I re-washed it down with alcohol. I got this cool little level from Little Windows and made sure that all my sections are level. I hope that was level. I can't tell from over here. It looks level from all these other angles. And then I mixed up my tabletop resin and I put the tiniest bit of crushed crystal in. So not my normal amount, so hopefully it's not gonna be too crazy. I did 3 ounces. I don't know how much I'm gonna need. I never know what I'm gonna need for a top coat. And then I have my torch out here to get all these bubbles out, because for some reason when you mix your tabletop resin, it is so full of bubbles. Well, it's a really thick resin too. You can't really use your hand mixer. You can't use your vacuum chamber, it just makes it worse on this thick resin. So I just deal with it with the torch, and they come out. I don't usually have a problem. I just have to sit here and watch it for a little while, and as they rise I pop them, and then I'll show you what it looks like. I won't do the back coat on camera. It's the exact same thing I'm doing right now, but I will do it before it goes out to her. Actually, I'll probably send pictures first and make sure she's happy with it before I go through that. But I'm pretty happy with it. I hope she likes it. Just take your resin and drag it to the edge. It shouldn't go over. It will hold on with surface tension with some kind of tool. I'm using a stick today. I don't normally, but this is a pretty big surface. And I just kind of flick it over the edge, and it doesn't usually ever drip over unless you have a bubble. Now that I didn't look for. I have one right there. That could be a problem spot. But since I have to back coat the back, if it did drip over, I can fix that pretty simply. I'll just take it off with my knife and then back coat it, and you wouldn't see it anyway. But it has the potential of dripping through that little tiny bubble right there. And that's another reason I use my tabletop, because this is going to get thick in about 15 minutes. I won't be able to be messing around with it anymore. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with this bloom, you guys. I love the last three have come out pretty cool. Not your normal swirl and then draw petal bloom, which I kind of like. A little different anyway. Okay, see all those bubbles? Let's get them out. Like magic. And it's just got that hint of sparkle. Perfect. I'm just gonna let this sit for a few minutes, watch it, make sure like this little spot is pulling away from the edge, which means you just need a little more resin. Don't be afraid to add any. Not too much. I mean, if you do too much, obviously it will go over. But as these bubbles rise, I'm gonna pop them. What is that? Oh, it's a little trimming on the back side. Okay, I'm gonna let this cure and then I'll show you the final result. I sent her some pictures and she answered so quickly, it was amazing. So what she wanted, because what happened, I think, is the gray floated because it was lighter, probably from the metallics, and all ended up on the back, which is beautiful on the back, but who looks at the back? So she did ask to back coat it, because I asked her if she wanted clear or like color, and she said to put the gray in the back so she could have the gray on the front, which is a great idea. So I've mixed up a couple more ounces of the tabletop epoxy. I did take it off of the jars because the other side is so fresh, it would have marked, and then I would have had to top coat it again. So the correct order, if you know the colors beforehand, the correct order to top coat and back coat is do the back first, because if you accidentally mark it when you flip it over to do the other side, you won't have to redo it. So I pulled out this gray, and it's called Black Pearl Dry. I will get the links for everything, as you all know, in the description box. I did pull out white too, just in case, but I don't know that we'll need the white. This will make the bloom look really good. It'll pop off of the back, kind of like putting the black on the back, but just in gray. So I think she had a great idea. So we're gonna do this flat on the table and pray it doesn't go over the sides, because if it does, then I will have to sand down the front and redo the front. But let's hope. I did leave the little lip on the edge, so it should hold in. And yeah, we'll find out. I don't really want to sand down the front like a charcuterie board and do it again if I don't have to. I'm not gonna obviously pull the bubbles out of this with the tabletop resin. They came out beautiful on the top with the torch, so that's no big deal. So we're just gonna do the exact same thing, put it on, push it to the edge, and let it cure. And hope. I don't think we're gonna have a problem. I'm pretty sure that that little ledge will hold it in. as long as I don't go crazy pushing it to the edge. But yeah, learn from me. Do the back first, not the front. I wish I would have known, or just taken that bold chance thinking that she would like it, because I would have done the back first. But I don't ever want to do that on somebody's order, especially a memorial piece, if you don't know what they want. I want it to be exactly what they want. So I'll go ahead and fast forward this. Same thing, I'm just going to take my time and get it all pushed to the edges. It's cured. Are you guys ready to see it? Let me show you the final extras. So this was the orange and gray, kind of gray. So I added a little cat charm because I thought it was fitting. So that will be for her. And then with the gray, I put a little butterfly on this little flower. I just drill a hole in the petal and put the stuff on. And then I had a little teddy bear, so I just painted on him, put a little charm, and I drilled a hole through his ear this time and made him a keychain instead of a magnet. All right, so I did swirl the back of this. And after I swirled the back of this, I'm thinking, I wonder if we're gonna see that on the front. I hope we don't see that on the front. Are you ready to see the front? Whoops. Here's the front. And look at that. You do see the swirl on the front. However, in this particular case, it looks like it's part of the petal. So I'm not too terribly upset about it. I won't do it again, I don't think. So I will send her pictures and make sure she's okay with everything. There is that just hint of sparkle. I don't think you guys can see it in there, but it's in there. So Gracie, this is a tribute to you. I'm sure you were a very special cat. I had a cat that was orange and white, and he lived 17 years. It was great. But my husband says no more cats, so we're stuck with our 2 dogs. Not stuck with, but anyway, I hope you like it. Let me know what your thoughts are, you guys. Did you like that new petal or not? Give me some other ideas on what to draw for a petal, because honestly, I think anything is going to work. All right, stick around for those final pictures. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a blessed day, everyone. Bye-bye.